Nestle. You think you're just picking a snack, but you're actually feeding a kraken. Nestle is the world's largest food company, and they don't just want your dessert, they want your entire schedule. They own over 2,000 brands across 186 countries. Think about your morning. You wake up with Nespresso or Nescafe, you feed your baby Gerber for lunch and your dog Purina for dinner. By the afternoon, you're drinking Perrier or S. Pellegrino. They even own a massive 20% stake in L'Oreal, so they're getting paid when you wash your face or put on makeup too. But the real ego move? They once owned a huge chunk of the world's bottled water market, rebranding the same tap water into premium choices. Their strategy is total market saturation. You can live your entire life without realizing every cent went to the same Swiss headquarters. You aren't just a customer, you're a permanent resident in the Nestle economy. Pepsico. In the famous soda wars, Coca-Cola might win the fridge, but PepsiCo owns the rest of the kitchen. Most people don't realize Pepsi isn't just a drink company, it's a snack empire. They own the salty monopoly, Lay's, Doritos, Cheetos, and Tostitos. They also own the healthy illusion with Quaker Oats and Tropicana juice. If you're eating something crunchy and washing it down with something sweet, there's a 90% chance your money is ending up in the exact same corporate bank account. Here's the kicker. PepsiCo once briefly owned a massive Navy fleet of Soviet submarines as part of a trade deal for soda. They literally became a military power just to sell more sugar. This diversification is why PepsiCo often generates way more revenue than Coke. It's not about being the best drink, it's about owning the most shelf space in the store. P&G. Procter and Gamble is the company that spends more on advertising than almost anyone on the planet. Roughly $8 billion a year. Why? Because they want to own your bathroom. From Tide and Pampers to Gillette, Oral-B, and Old Spice, P&G controls the products you use to stay presentable. Their genius move isn't just owning one brand, it's owning the competition. They will often own 3 different brands of detergent or toothpaste on the same shelf. They invented the soap opera by sponsoring radio dramas just to sell cleaning products to the listeners. They don't just sell you soap, they create the culture that makes you think you need it. They spend billions to ensure that no matter which choice you make, you are still a P&G customer. Unilever. Unilever is the master of the identity brand. They own over 400 labels focused on one thing, making you feel a specific way about what you buy. They own Dove, which focuses on real beauty, and Axe, which focuses on the exact opposite. But their real trick is how they play both sides of the kitchen. They own Ben & Jerry's, Hellmann's Mayo, and Knorr Soup. They've perfected the art of buying rebel brands that act like small startups while being backed by a multi-billion-dollar giant. They own the soap that makes you clean and the ice cream that makes you happy. They market themselves as a purpose-driven company, even while operating one of the most massive, complex supply chains on Earth. It's the ultimate lifestyle monopoly. They don't just sell products, they sell the values you think you're supporting, while they collect the profits at the top. Mars. Unlike the other giants on this list, Mars is a private empire. Because they aren't on the stock market, they don't have to report their secrets to the public or answer to shareholders. Everyone knows they own M&Ms, Snickers, and Skittles, but the sweet part of their business is actually just a side hustle. Mars is actually one of the world's largest players in pet healthcare. They own BCA Animal Hospitals, Banfield Pet Hospitals, and Royal Canin Pet Food. Think about the irony. The same family that sells you the chocolate your dog can't eat also owns the vet clinic you take him to when he accidentally eats it. They operate in total silence. In the world of Mars, it's not about being famous. It's about absolute private control over your candy bowl and your pet's health. Johnson& Johnson. When you think of a household name, you're thinking of Johnson & Johnson. They aren't just a company, they are the silent backbone of almost every home in the world. For over 130 years, they've built a legacy based on trust and total market dominance. They own the brands that defined your childhood, from the Band-Aids on your scraped knees to the Johnson's baby shampoo that promised no more tears. Their reach is staggering. They own Tylenol for your fevers, Listerine for your breath, Neutrogena for your skin, and AccuView for your eyes. If you can find it in a pharmacy, there is a massive chance J&J is behind it. But they don't stop at the bathroom mirror. J&J operates a massive pharmaceutical and medical device empire, creating everything from life-saving vaccines to the surgical tools used in operating rooms globally. They have successfully positioned themselves as the caring giant. But beneath that soft image is a multi-billion-dollar machine that has cornered the market on human health. You don't just buy their products, you live your life through them. From birth to old age, J&J is always in the room.